Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having an absolutely fantastic day. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. In news that was popularly unpopular, sure, why not? It says over the past year, Ethereum developers have been hard at work, rolling out upgrade after upgrade for the merge. An impressive feat of engineering that saw the network transition from proof of work to proof of stake. The latest planned upgrade to the Ethereum network being called Dencun, terrible name, among other things, intends to address scalability concerns that have long plagued the network. Previously expected to go live later this year, developers have hinted that the long-anticipated upgrade may face delays. 1. Ethereum is slow. We've known this for a very long time. One of the problems, among many, for Ethereum is that while the network is slow, there are many other chains that are kind of picking up the slack, if you will. They're federated chains, side chains, and layer 2 solutions such as Polygon. So a lot of times people are choosing to mint NFTs, do business on, or you name it, exclusively on Polygon. And this is why we've seen Polygon pick up so much, and why we've also seen Base from Coinbase allegedly also rising rapidly in popularity. The idea of the Ethereum upgrade has been around, and I mean the upgrade, THEE upgrade, has been around since around 2016, 2017, when we were told that Ethereum by 2019 or 2020, would have between 100,000 and 1 million transactions per second. As we see that has not happened, we are currently still in the situation where other chains and stuff have to end up being created and or, put around Ethereum to kind of once again pick up a lot of the slack. It's not so much a problem. Like, speed isn't an issue anymore like it used to be years ago. People used to believe that if your chain could not keep up, that is to say, if Bitcoin did not explicitly increase the amount of speed on chain, no one would be using Bitcoin in 2 years. We now know that that's not really a problem for investors, especially when it comes to, how slow Bitcoin and Ethereum actually are. A lot of it for me has to do with the promises that we've been getting for about 6 or 7 years now, and only like one thing has truly come to fruition, and that's the movement to a proof of stake protocol. And that's don't even include the other, like being able to stake and then withdraw your money. That should have been a part of it from the get-go. Ethereum seems to be doing a very slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, kind of mimicking Bitcoin. We keep getting news that upgrades are going to happen to the ecosystem, to the actual chain, but I think a lot of it has to do with timing as well, as far as we have received the news now that we might not get the update that they said we were going to get, but this has happened a lot of other times before. It's not that the upgrade is not going to happen, it's that they're timing it. In the cryptocurrency space, you might have noticed, if you release the greatest news that has ever been released into the market, and we are in a downtrend in prices, it does nothing to the price. You may rise by a good 4 to 5% over the course of a day. And then by the end of the day, there are already articles talking about we lost all the price. Is Ethereum not as good as it was before? Why is XRP's price back down after the lawsuit? Can Bitcoin recover? You've seen them. Those types of things. So the next upgrade is promising to be the greatest upgrade that we've ever received in the history of Ethereum. It's going to change everything for everyone. It's going to introduce something that they're calling dank sharding. I need clarification as to why people sit in a room and think that the word denkun and dank sharding, both of them sounding terrible, need to be the names for these actual upgrades, and then having the audacity to make people wait for these terribly worded upgrades. They're probably, so they said that sometime in 2024. This tells me that they're probably waiting for January or February 2024, which is historically the time frame when the cryptocurrency market would be moving back up, as we would only be around 6 to 8 weeks away from Bitcoin's actual halving. This seems to be what they're, at least from my perspective, what they're waiting for. But every coin does it. This is more popularized by Ethereum and Cardano, stating that there are going to be upgrades. Everyone looks around for the upgrade. The date of the upgrade comes around, and then we don't see anything about it until prices are moving up because of a particular time in the cycle. That's the cool. No one was really looking forward to this in the first place, but now Ethereum's next upgrade is scheduled for early 2024. No one will really, if we can be honest with ourselves, no one's really going to care about any of these upgrades until we get like Ethereum now does 10,000 transactions per second on chain. Anything short of that, 550 transactions, 1600s, it sounds cool. But when you have days where you look and you see that there's 180,000 transactions backlogged, we got to get that ironed out. That's the Ethereum developers news. And yeah, let's move on. In highly popularized okay cool news, there's a lot of speculation right now as to when Ripple is going to go public. That is to say, when they will have stock, when they will go onto the stock market. We heard news, and this is how I know that people don't pay attention to the news ever. I'm stretching. Oh, my back. We had news years ago that Ripple was planning to go public. This is around 2017, 2018. That's why the news of the lawsuit at the end of 2021 came as such a shock, because everyone who had been into Ripple and or XRP knew that they were planning on going public. You can't really do that if you have a lawsuit against you, which also then further makes it clear that this entire thing was planned against Ripple. So, as this lawsuit looks like it's potentially going to draw to a close at some point, a lot of people are now speculating what the price of Ripple stock could then mean for the token XRP, i.e., if the cryptocurrency market is going up or not, but for some reason people are looking at the actual, because the way that the stock market works is inherently different than the cryptocurrency space. If a company tells you, we are only working in the United States 1 year, and the next year openly state we are working in 16 different countries, and then the next year states we are working with 30 central banks to help them build their central bank digital currency on top of the XRP blockchain. In the cryptocurrency space, the prices of things collapse on good news, because that's just the ridiculous world that we live in. In the stock market, it goes the opposite way. Stuff goes up because they're like, whoa, that company's making extra money. The more money they make, the more money I'll make. The more money I'll make, the more dividends I have. And it goes in this nice little cycle over and over and over. So a lot of people have begun to speculate as to when the lawsuit will end, when they will go public, and what it could do to XRP's price. I think XRP price predictions are like kind of the woven in fabric of the cryptocurrency space now, between like when's Bitcoin's having, when's Ethereum's next upgrade, when will Charles Hoskinson make another video screaming at kids on his lawn, and how high will XRP go up in price? They're literally all on the exact same level because they're so constantly frequent. Someone by the name of Colin Brown, a Ripple researcher, said that he believes that XRP could surge by 20x if Ripple does have an IPO. Sure, why not? Everything's completely possible. I already told you before, we got to nearly $4 per XRP based off of speculation, just that it was going to be listed on Coinbase. This was years and years before we had any actual information that Ripple was working with world governments, and that the world governments are also using XRP, as are many other companies. So I do believe at some point we are going to see a $10 XRP. If that seems unfathomable to you, I wasn't in your math class in school, and I can't help you. If you like, maybe call your teacher and try and get some help. Maybe that'll actually. So I think the actual 20x will come from market movements up and people being like, oh, snaps, look at what Ripple has been doing over the course of the last couple of years. I saw something recently stating, oh boy, that by next November, that is to say November 2024, I think someone wrote they're expecting a $43 or $48. I can see the 4 in my mind, but the next number, I don't know if it's a 3 or an 8, by the next 13, 14 months. And I was like, sure, why not? I'd love that, because that if XRP has gone up by that much, that means other altcoins have done the exact same thing. And then it's kind of a win-win-win-win-win for everyone. I think it would be best just to kind of wait and see. We had news before that they're trying to finalize the end of this lawsuit. They're what is it? It's not a settlement. Like there's another term for it. Like you kind of come to the same conclusion. You meet in the middle. You shake hands, and you both go in your own directions. It's not the word's not settlement. Anyway, so cool. We know that they plan on going public because you can find old videos on CNBC with Brad Garlinghouse back in 2019 and 2020 talking about that they were planning on going public, which also once again makes things a little bit weird with the SEC being corrupt. Cool. Very popular news because it has those 3 letters, XRP. And yeah. Let's move on. Also sure, this was also very popular news. I wish I could actually figure out why, but here we are. Cryptocurrency mining hardware company Bitmain and bankrupt crypto mining company Core Scientific have agreed on a combination of equity and cash to finalize a deal on expanding their mining facilities. The deal between the two companies will see Bitmain supply 27,000 Bitcoin mining rigs for $23 million, along with $53 million worth of common stock of the bankrupt firm. Apart from the mining hardware purchase deal, Bitmain and Core Scientific have signed a new hosting arrangement to assist Bitmain's mining operation. The deal was finalized in August, but we're just hearing about it now, when a court filing highlighted Bitmain's plans to sell mining hardware in exchange for cash and equity as part of Core Scientific's restructuring plan. Apart from Bitmain, the restructuring plan also included Anchorage, BlockFi, and Mass Mutual Asset Finance, etc. The article keeps on going. I'm like 1/8 of the way into it. News is that Bitmain and Core Scientific have come to an agreement and they're going to mine crypto. Now that sounds insane because it should, because this is what these companies have done for a very long time. I personally am not sure if this is meant to be celebratory in that, whoa, these companies that have been mining crypto for a while are going to continue mining crypto together. What a glorious day. Or if it's like, oh, I grew up with that mining company and I want them to survive. So the fact that they're working with Bitmain means that the cryptocurrency space is once again whole. Very popular news for those of you not looking at the screen. There are multiple articles about it. I can't figure out why this made such news. Sure, fantastic. I hope that no one was worried about any of these companies, in that I hope that these articles did not become popular because people were like, oh no, these mega billionaires will have to shut down their mining facility. What are they gonna do? I honestly don't know, but cool. Very popular. That's the Core Scientific and Bitmain news. Wonderful. Okay. Let's move on. Also in news, Dubai-based cryptocurrency exchange Bybit has announced their decision to suspend operations within the United Kingdom in response to recent regulatory developments. The news comes after the Financial Conduct Authority, or the FCA, introduced new marketing regulations for crypto businesses. We heard something similar to this a couple of weeks ago as well. A number of companies have announced that they're leaving the UK for cryptocurrency, basically everything. It appears as if, so one, I am not in the UK. However, I read the news, so it appears as if the UK is kind of trying to mimic the US SEC in that there aren't proper, clear cryptocurrency regulations, and or the regulations that they do have are so difficult in some sort of way. I haven't dug deeper to figure out exactly what the rules and laws are. But the amount of news that we've been getting about companies who are leaving the UK and no longer doing business there seems to be pretty self-explanatory. Bybit said, due to recent UK regulatory changes, Bybit will suspend its services in the UK. New account applications cease from the 1st of October. Existing UK users, please manage your positions before the 8th of January of next year. And then they wrote hashtag Bybit as if we didn't know who they were. Also, this wasn't like, I wouldn't say popular, like a 3 out of 10. A lot of people were talking about it, and I don't think it was because of the difficulty of the regulations within the United Kingdom. I think it was more meant to be lightly sensationalized, like, oh no, another one bites the dust, another crypto, because there's also been news. I don't have it in here, and I won't have it because it's sure, why not? News about Binance is exiting Russia, as are a couple of other companies, and a lot of people aren't getting their paperwork in Germany. They're not getting it in the UK. I think Belgium apparently also has some issues. And I think in Australia, there's also crypto exchanges also not getting paperwork done. I think a lot of the news that's being put out there is meant to be like, whoa, another bad day for crypto. And it's like, well, that's one country that they're not receiving their paperwork in, but the other 55 that they have it in are just fine. You have to understand that corruption does exist. And I mean from a standpoint of, if banks and institutions have any indication that cryptocurrencies might continue to take off, As a central bank or as a government, there are probably discussions behind the scenes that someone is having saying, hey, we would rather these companies not receive, paperwork and or do business here because the central bank and the government will try and do it themselves. That's not tinfoil hat. We've seen that multiple other times before. There are multiple countries who have launched their own cryptocurrency trading desks through their stock market. And we've also seen a number of other, I think it was in Southeast Asia, families who basically own the country announced that they were also going to be having their own mining operations and crypto exchange. They say it's consumer protection. We want the people from our country to use our crypto exchange. No, they just want all the money. They want the actual commissions and fees that would otherwise be going to Coinbase or Binance or Kraken, or in this case to Bybit. That's the Bybit news. If you've been using them, contact them. If you have a friend in the UK, ask them if they've been using them and make sure that they know how much longer they have to take their money off of that platform. That's the Bybit news. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Now, this news is significant, but it's also like something that we could have assumed. And people were also framing this as something good. And I have, as always, opinions on it. Blockchain intelligence firm Arkham has recently identified that Coinbase apparently has over 1 million Bitcoin in their wallets. The coins are worth more than $25 billion at the current price of Bitcoin at the time of me making this video. According to Arkham, the exchange's holdings amount to almost 5% of all Bitcoin that's actually out there in the world. Arkham said that Coinbase holds a total of 947,755 BTC. At the moment, Bitcoin circulating supply is 19.4 million coins. I just went over that in another video as well. Here's the tweet for it right here, a little infographic, a whole bunch of colors, and it shows that Coinbase has a lot of Bitcoin. Furthermore, Arkham also noted that it tagged and identified 36 million Bitcoin deposit and holding addresses that are being used by Coinbase. Furthermore, according to Arkham, Coinbase's largest cold wallet holds around 10,000 Bitcoin, and that's a good number as well. They should have tons of different wallets. All the Bitcoin should not be in one wallet. They should literally have hundreds, if not thousands of them. Based on the exchange's financial reports, the intelligence company believes that Coinbase has more Bitcoin that are not yet labeled and could not be identified. Now, this news sounds ridiculous because it's not the most exciting news in the world. I agree with you. This news was, however, portrayed as something magical, near fantastical. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says breaking. Coinbase surpasses Binance to become the largest Bitcoin reserve holder, exclamation point. The news was, my friends, for whatever reason, we're still living in the 1800s, and a lot of people were elated that Coinbase holds more Bitcoin than Binance because of the lies that people were told back in the olden days. For those of you who were not here, and I'm shocked that this idea still persists, is that Binance is a Chinese cryptocurrency exchange, which they are not. We've gone over that many, many times. The news being, while Coinbase is based in the United States, they should actually be the largest holder of Bitcoin and not Binance. All over the place, people were talking about it. Also, in really popular news, was that it says Coinbase in a fantastic position. Wonderful. I can't believe it. The other amazing news is that apparently Coinbase is now holding almost as much Bitcoin as Satoshi Nakamoto. For those of you who don't know, it is believed that Satoshi Nakamoto holds around 1 million Bitcoin. We're not going to go into it, yada, yada, yada. The wallet hasn't moved in 12, 13 years. But that Coinbase has so much Bitcoin now shows how much faith there is in Coinbase and all these other. Not the most exciting news. This was incredibly popular news. I'm noticing a really weird shift, and I don't know if you have seen this as well. There's a lot of like public hyping up of Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, like putting him on an actual pedestal as if he's some demigod in the space. The same is also happening with what's this guy's name? Mark Zuckerberg. Also, a little cringy. I don't know if you've seen, Mark Zuckerberg has been going to the gym, going to the punching bags, and a lot of people are now talking about how they trust him more because he looks more muscular. I'm not sure what's happening in the world, and I feel like I'm not owed an explanation, but I think reality has to maybe reset. Maybe we got to restart the level because I think people don't really, I don't know. A lot of weird stuff is going on. So cool. Coinbase is now in a fantastic position. They have vanquished the evil, terrible Binance exchange to now become the largest Bitcoin holder on the planet. They hold so much Bitcoin. They almost hold as much as Satoshi Nakamoto. And I guess this means that they're almost like Satoshi Nakamoto, and Coinbase is incredible and amazing. And you can kind of frame that news however you want, because I think people will just continue to do whatever they feel. Wonderful. So Arkham Intelligence, for some reason, has been a company that has made a name for themselves in the last month and a half in the cryptocurrency space. They seem to have a lot of prying eyes, and they're finding out information that no one was really asking for, but they continue to release for the public to see. So cool. I feel like I should be shocked that they hold over nearly 1 million Bitcoin, but it's Coinbase. They're one of the largest crypto exchanges on the planet. I'm shocked they did not already have over, don't they have like tens of millions of customers, and they work with institutions? I'm shocked that it's not 1.1 million. And that's from the standpoint of, their coin. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I do sincerely hope that you have all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever the heck you might be on this very weird planet. I do hope it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and/or supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.